Hi, this is Jasmine Tohidi. In this week's video, I'm going to be discussing what reforms Biden has proposed and what executive orders were issued. So several exciting executive orders were issued this week regarding immigration. The first of those is we got rid of what's called the Muslim ban, which is very exciting. So certain nationals of countries had to apply for waivers in order to be able to come to the United States. They were at the end of their immigration process waiting at the consulate for an interview. A lot of people were stuck for years waiting for these waivers. So what did Biden ask the consulates to do? He said within the next 45 days, they have to notify the Secretary of State how many cases they still have pending, how many cases were denied under the travel ban, and what's their plan for deciding those cases quickly. So if your loved one was subject to the travel ban, I suggest that you contact the consulate. You may want to consult with an attorney about how we can get your loved one there more quickly. But I would be a little bit patient. I'm sure the embassies have a lot of emails, and there still is the 45-day time frame that they have to report how many cases are pending. DED was extended for Liberians, which is good, into 2022. However, if you're a Liberian who's been here since 2014, you need to look at whether you qualify for the Liberian Refugee Immigration Fairness Act, which will allow you to apply for a green card. I would suggest going online to USCIS's website to see if you qualify. Also, you may consult with an immigration attorney or nonprofit to see if you qualify for that. There's a deadline in December of this year, so you got to use it or lose it. It's very important for qualifying Liberians to take this chance of getting a green card. Next, ICE is supposed to halt deportation for the next 100 days for people who aren't priorities. That means people who aren't security risks, terrorists, or do not have aggravated felonies. Does this sound too good to be true? Yes, because Texas has already sued to stop the implementation of this memo. So we'll have to look forward to see whether or not a court will enjoin it or whether we'll be lucky enough for it to go forward. Next, Biden has sent a congressional bill with exciting news for undocumented individuals. This bill has to go through Congress, meaning it needs bipartisan support. What does it say? I'm going to go over some of the highlights that my clients have been asking me for. So the most exciting part is for people who have been here since January of this year. He is proposing that they are able to apply for a status for 5 years, so it gives them a right to stay in the United States. After the 5-year period, they can apply for a green card, and then upon having the green card in 3 years, they could apply to become U.S. citizens. This would help a large population of immigrants who are in the United States. I do not think it'll pass in its current form, but I'm hoping that there could be agreements between the Republicans and the Democrats to get something done for immigrants. He did note that he did want it to be more expeditious for people who have TPS and who have DACA, and I agree they should be at the front of the line. Next, he also proposed getting rid of the 1-year asylum filing deadline. That would help a lot of individuals who did not know that they needed to apply for asylum within 1 year of entry. The other exciting thing would be to increase the numbers for people who could get a U visa each year, raising it for T visas, also raising the number of DV lottery visas that can be given out. There's a bunch of other information in there, but I found that these 3 things are what my clients are mostly asking about. I will give you updates as they come on immigration, executive orders, and immigration reform. Please either subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube or like my Facebook page so you can get more updates. Thank you, and I hope you have a great weekend, and it's been a fun week for immigration.